What is going on, YouTube? Jockey here, and I have TAC Tactical. Wow, I forgot your YouTube name there for a second. Also known on here as Fire EMS9, as you can see his, I don't know what they call it, PlayStation name on here. And today we're going to show you how we police roleplay on PlayStation. We've been doing this for quite a while now, and TAC Tactical here, he actually was the creator of all this. We thought it'd be a cool idea to play as cops, and he came up with the whole idea to use the creator, so I'll let him speak to what he's made.
Okay, so basically it's really simple. I don't want to like over explain this, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to get it if I don't go into great detail. But Rockstar gives you the creator to create your own games with. And it allows you to put out police cars and AI people that will react to you in certain ways. And that's rather distracting. Okay, so Josh is just going to sign language everything I say to you through there's a little player here. So yeah, that looks like American Sign Language. Anyway, so basically I take the creator, I create a contend, okay? And I put the police cars out where I want them at all the police stations. There's 2 unmarked cars and 2 marked cars at every police station. This is like our little headquarters on top of the mountain here because it's the park ranger station, and today we're playing as the California Highway Patrol, so it fits to have a station that doesn't say sheriff's office on it or police department. So this kind of fits the Highway Patrol better, so that's why I used it. Basically, I put out the cars, and then over here I put out all the weapons that we're going to need and ammunition, so like a little armory. There is kind of 2 things about this, though, that don't go very well. First off, you'll notice that my gamer tag is red when Jockey looks at me because I'm technically an enemy. We're on separate teams. Now that comes with 2 major problems. The first major problem is that if he pulls his gun out and points it at me, it locks onto me. There's a way around this. If you pull the trigger on your PlayStation controller all the way in, it will lock. If you only pull it halfway in, you can aim the gun, but it won't lock. So, in order to keep from shooting your partner, you want to make sure that you're not pulling the trigger all the way in. You're going to have to be kind of cautious of that because you are technically on separate teams. The other issue that comes with it is there is no way to see each other on the map. So if Jockey pulls the map up, and you look at the map, you'll notice that every hospital I have put a health pack at so that there's a green cross on the map. You'll notice every police station has a blue body armor at it. So this kind of helps us navigate. I can say I'm at the southernmost hospital in San Andreas and I need backup. So he can look at the map and go, okay, that hospital right there with the green cross is where he's at. So this gives us points to navigate by, not to mention you can use landmarks like the horse track, the airport, the beach, things like that to get close to each other. You literally have to talk your partner into you. Turn here, I'm here, this is what I'm close to. So those are things you have to overcome. The last thing is that technically this is a capture, and yes, there's a timer in the bottom right hand corner, but what I did was I set it to all points, so the timer doesn't mean anything. When the 30 minutes is up, the timer will simply go away. The last thing is, since it is a capture, there is a case. If you collect the case, it ends the game. So I put it up here on top of this container construction house thing so no one accidentally touches it. As long as you don't touch the case, this lobby will work forever. So we could play this map for 4 or 5 hours and it would never end until someone comes and gets this case. So just don't touch the case. Now the last thing I want to explain is our uniforms. All of these clothes came from the Grand Theft Auto Online store that you go to in the game, but it does have a badge on it. That badge was created in the Rockstar Social Club menu on a desktop computer is how you get to it. So I created the badge. This one is supposed to look like the California Highway Patrol, which I feel like I've got about as close as you're going to get on here. So that is how we manage the uniforms. We just got the clothes, we added the crew emblem to it. It's technically a crew emblem. So that's pretty much it. We're going to go out on patrol. We're going to try to be as realistic as we can. But this one has a lot of explaining in it. We're gonna do another one where we only patrol, and that way you can see how we actually do it. This one is going to be a little bit of being realistic and a little bit of us having to stop and explain what we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and head out.
Did you put that car there?
It spawned there when we were setting up the game. I didn't mean for it to. Alright, so my unit number is going to be 27, despite what's on top of the car. We have no control over what the cars have on top of them. It's just a random number.
And mine is going to be 93. So 93 is in service.
27's in service. It's also worth noting, once again, nothing that I did creating this is a mod or an add-on or a glitch or anything. All this is provided by Rockstar in the Rockstar Creator or in Rockstar Social Club menu for the crews. Before people start saying, well, you modded this and you modded that. No, we didn't mod anything. All of this is the way that it comes. You're going to have to use some imagination and stuff like that in order to be able to arrest people, because you can't actually put them in your car, and Jockey will get to that, I'm sure, if he tries to arrest somebody. But you have to use some imagination, but if you use your imagination, it can be fun, and I think it's about the closest you're ever going to see to having something like Lspdfr on a console.
Oh man, I'm swerving all over the place.
Where are you? I gotta pull you over for drinking and driving.
Alright.
DWI.
I think I went the wrong way. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I don't think I can. No, turning in there would not be.
So I think I'm going to go down into the city and patrol, so I'll be somewhere down in that general area.
Alright, I'm heading over towards the beach via the mountains. Surprised this comet's actually going the speed limit. Can I go down that road? I feel like that's a one way.
I hate these curvy roads trying not to get my police car hit. Uh, 27 will be out on a traffic stop on Vinewood Boulevard, I think is what it is. It's the road that has all the stars in the sidewalk and where the movie theater's at and all that. With a black and color wannabe Audi that ran a red light.
Copy that.
Like I said, people that are watching, the whole deal with telling where you are is crucial, because it's not as easy as saying I'm at 111 Main Street like it would be in real life. You're gonna have to kind of ad-lib and say something that tells the other person, oh hey, I know where that's at. Typically a landmark is a good start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the people watching my screen are like, this is freaking boring. Because I'm sitting here behind two cars who are going less than 20 miles an hour. And we're just gonna fix
Well, my screen's not any better at the moment. I'm just sitting here with this car pulled over. But I'll be back in service. Citation issued to the driver. As you can see, guys, this is not the most lavish gameplay. I mean, it is what it is. This is what it's going to be like for you to play. We don't have any editing software that we're going to use to like show you the cool bits and parts. So you're just going to have to deal with the slow parts in between our call outs and stuff like that. And yes, there are call outs. I have to give them out. I created the map, so I have to say where they're at. It's cool if you have a dispatcher. If you're playing as a clan and you have a dedicated dispatcher, let him create the map so he'll know where all the calls are at, and then all the officers can be surprised as to what they find when they run them. But we only have the 2 people today, so I had to create the map, and I know where all the calls are at. Basically, what you can do is you can put out people, AIs, and have them stand in specific places, and you can make them hold a gun or a beer or smoke pot or smoke a cigarette or any of those things. You can have them walk around, or you can have them stand still, and you can also have them to attack other players whenever they would come up to them. You can have them just stare at other players when they come up to them, or you can set them to a dynamic mode where when a player comes up, if the player just stands there, they won't do anything, but if they pull a gun out, then the person will become aggressive. So that's how I create the call-outs, by putting people that are doing different things. I might put a guy in a parking lot walking around with a machine gun, so that looks really suspicious and odd, and then one of the people that are playing as a cop drives around and they find it and they're like, oh, I'll be out with this guy walking around a parking lot with a machine gun. But he might not attack you. He might just be walking around with a machine gun, or he might destroy your car as soon as you pull up. I can set all those parameters from the creator, and again, that's not any kind of mod. It is just added part of the game. It was added by Rockstar whenever they made the creator, and that's, I mean, it's a great tool. It's what we use to create all this.
I did exactly what that card did. Yeah, thank you. Alright. Looks like.
Two 7 will be on a traffic stop. The Great Ocean Highway at the northernmost corner of the beach with a yellow wannabe Toyota FJ.
Copy. I don't think this car understands you can go right on red. I hear you. I think I hear you.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Hello. Hey, man, what's up?
2710-8, one citation issued for careless and reckless driving.
I'll be out on a traffic stop with a black and color Mustang. He's brake checked me about 3 times now. It might only have been twice, but alright, I'm gonna go ahead and issue citation. And 93 will be back in service.
10-4-93.
Oh, it's red light. Oh, I wish I would have known it merged right there. I would have moved over.
.7 will be checking traffic, Great Ocean Highway at the northernmost corner of the beach.
93 will be out with a garbage truck still partially parked in the roadway.
What's your location?
I'll be on Great Ocean Highway. Let's see, I'm about 5 miles north of the northernmost point of the beach.
10-4, I'll head that way. Routine. I'm not that far from you anyway.
Hey fellas, so is there any reason that your vehicle's still parked partially in the roadway? Every last one of them is smoking something. Not one is sniffing it.
Two 7's out with 93. Notice we're not actually saying 10-4 to each other. We don't have anyone playing as a dispatcher. So if I say 2 7's out with 93, obviously everybody playing hears it. So there's no point in 10-4ing everything. So they're all smoking what appears to be weed, because there's no filter on any of this stuff.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta get in first person.
Now in California, weed is legal, but I don't really condone smoking weed myself, and in my state it's not legal. Oh shit. They got guns and shit. Officer down.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, another
You
one too.
notice when you die you get a new car. He's using my car for cover. Come here, you little shitbag. Oh, that's your car.
Right.
Okay, good. I don't want my car to have bullet holes in it. Alright, one subject is
Spawn me
down.
on the other
I think
side.
the others took refuge in the store.
Now there's one on my side.
I got him in the back. I got around into his back.
There is one, however, in the store. He's sitting right here. Watch yourself. Throwing tear gas.
Oh, you got him. He gonna tear out. He's right behind the desk, and that's right where you hit with that. I got my shotgun out. I think I got him. He peeked up and fired at me. Oh, nope, there he is.
That
I
time
got
you
him.
got
He's
him.
down. Yeah,
We'll
he's
wait
down.
for the smoke to clear. We'll make sure.
All right, so for everybody watching, you'll notice we try to go about this in a decently realistic manner. We're staying outside, we're throwing tear gas, all this. That was an event that I placed here. Jockey just happened to roll up on it, which is what you want to happen. He happened to notice, hey, this garbage truck probably shouldn't be half out in the road. And then he immediately noticed it's kind of strange for 4 people to just be standing here smoking weed. I had set those guys to be dynamic, so when he was over here, he didn't have his weapon out. They didn't mess with him. He just stood there and they just minded their own business. When I came up and he walked away, I actually pulled out my pistol, and that's what triggered them to attack me. Because the way they were set, anytime you're violent towards them, they will be violent back. If you're nice, they will be nice back. So when he walked away and I started yelling that I had been or officer down, it's because I pulled my weapon out. So the creator allows you the ability to do that, to set them whatever way you see fit. So I think what we'll do, if I'm right, Jockey, you just wanted to kind of show them the basis of everything. We're going to do a whole patrol video separate, but another call out, right? We're going to do a call out to show them how it works whenever they're automatically violent towards you.
Right. We'll do that real quick, and then we'll wrap this video up.
Okay, so I'm going to give out a call the way I would if I was playing as the dispatcher or whatever, and me and him are both going to respond to it. So all units in the area, be advised, we're taking reports that there's an armed robbery in progress at the 24/7 gas station at the northernmost point in Paleto Bay. 2 subjects reportedly armed attempting to enter the store. The clerk is trying to keep them out at this time, but we lost contact with the clerk and he hung up on us here at 911.
93 is in
So 93 is en route, 27's en route. We're gonna go lights and sirens. Some places call that code 3, some call it code 1. Where I live and work as a telecommunicator, also known as a dispatcher, that's what I do for a paid job. We call it priority 1, but we is responding.
Yep, that just ran straight into the back of that Mustang.
It takes some serious skill to get used to running lights and sirens, because these people, most of them will pull to the right or just stop in the middle of the road. Some of them will straight swerve in front of you, which I guess is kind of realistic, because in real life they do the same thing. People are stupid and they apparently aren't taught in driver's ed what to do for an emergency vehicle. I think the thing that I've had happen most to me when I was riding a truck was you're in the ambulance or the fire truck and they want to outrun you. Like, they don't pull over for you, they just decide, well, I'm just going to outrun them. Because that makes total sense. The vehicle that's speeding to an emergency, I'm just going to try to outrun them. Perfect sense. People watching this, if you ever see an emergency vehicle, the proper procedure, if you weren't taught in driver's ed, or if you're not old enough to have had driver's ed yet, I guess that's a possibility, is you pull to the right side of the road and you stop. Don't stop in the middle of the road. Don't just stop right in front of them. Don't try to outrun them. Don't swerve over and stop on the other side of the road. I had an old lady do that one time.
Easy coming around that corner.
Yeah, I saw him.
There was a jet that just flew over, by the way. That's new. Yep, that one pulled to the left slightly and stopped.
Man, I was on fire engine one day and we were responding to a structure fire. It was actually burning too. And this lady, this old lady, she's probably like 90 years old, probably shouldn't have a driver's license to start with, really. She's probably endangering the public just owning that thing. But she was on the other side of the road. So the driver and me, we thought she stopped. And right about the time we got to her, she floored her car and swerved across the road and pulled over on the side of the road we were on. We all but hit her. And she was in like a little Prius. Had the fire engine we were in, as big as it was, hit her, she would have just been dead. Dead from stupidity. No other way around it. People and their intelligence level in this country sometimes absolutely amaze me. She was already stopped and was on the opposite side of the road as us. I don't know what made her think that she needed to cross in front of us and pull over to the side of the road we were on. So now she's actually facing the wrong direction on our side of the road. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Man, you don't know what was going on in her mind.
I don't know what it was, but I know what it is, and it isn't smart.
And there's on scene.
2-7 is
And
pulling
shots
up.
fired.
Right. I'm coming up the driveway. Oh, you stopped a long ways away from it. Pull my
Yes,
car
I
sideways. Oh, what? Rainbow. Okay.
I need some more ammo.
I'm gonna try to tear gas the joint.
Fucking civilian.
Okay, it's in there. One tear gas in the building.
I don't have tear gas. I have regular people grenades.
Well, the tear gas made it. So shortly, yep, they're down. They're down. Cause you shot the window out and or in the door, I saw it break and I threw it right through there.
Alright, that still hurts. That still hurts.
It should dissipate any second. I only threw one.
I almost died. Hey, the door closed. Nope, still hurts.
It's like the everlasting tear gas.
Right? I think there's still
Alright,
one
we're
in
good.
there. It seemed like it was
Nah.
trying to target something.
I got
No,
one
I
down
guess
on
not.
this corner. This one's been shot. They've both been shot. This one's been shot in the left shoulder. You can clearly see the entrance wound. They're both lost MC. This one over here, he has not been shot, but there's blood under him. I don't know. Maybe the tear gas causes that. This guy over here has definitely been shot. And I didn't fire a single shot, so you obviously shot him in the shoulder.
I shot plenty. Yeah,
Back
he
room.
has two. These actually look like exit wounds.
Back room is secure. Where do you see exit wounds at? Oh, under his arm. Okay. I see him. There's one under his hand now since he moved. Hey, you see the cockroach run across the floor?
No. Let's see a cockroach on the floor.
There sure as hell was. There's a roach run across the floor. I've never noticed that before. I know I'm not crazy.
So that just about wraps up this video. As you can see, I mean, it's fun to play this. I mean, you have to have a serious imagination to be able to play this, but when you get bored just playing regular GTA and free roam and you don't feel like playing any jobs, this is what we turn to because this is something different that you don't really see during the game. And it's easy for us because TAC Tactical basically created the map and all we have to do is just go play it. And if we get bored playing the same thing over and over again, then we can switch a couple things around and basically make it a whole new map by just changing a couple things. So if you like this video, give us a like and a subscribe. If you didn't, like us anyway. And if you are on PS4 and you want to play, shoot me a message either on here. I don't know if you could do that on YouTube, but leave a comment with your PlayStation name, and I'll add you. And if you're on, then we'll invite you to the game.